Last week dropping 69 on Morgan State. Corral's going to take a shot downfield. He's got Mingo!
As we get closer to training camp, the Panthers get closer to having to choose who their starting quarterback is going to be. I think they have three choices, or it really seems like they only have three choices. Option one, to start Sam Darnold. As I said in the very first video on this channel, they can't do that in my opinion because Sam Darnold sucks. He's just bad. End of discussion. You can't start Sam Darnold. Option two, you trade for Baker Mayfield. Now, Baker Mayfield doesn't suck. At least not like Sam Darnold. He's not a bad quarterback. I actually think you can win a fair amount of games with Baker as your starting quarterback if the team around him is really good. But that is not what the Carolina Panthers currently are. The roster is not great. Our receivers are pretty decent to maybe good, but that's about it. The line is very suspect. I mean, the Panthers do have a great running back, but he might only play 4 games out of the year, so you can't rely on him. Our defense is pretty good, but that's not going to do much for Baker Mayfield. He needs a whole lot of talent around him, and the Panthers just don't have that to offer. So I don't think option two is that good of an option either. Now, option three is you start Matt Corrall, and that is the route I think the Panthers really should go. Not that I think Matt Corrall is some great prospect, he's going to be a great pro. I mean, he could be a great pro, but I wouldn't necessarily bank on that. But with Matt Corrall, you do have the excitement of the rookie QB. And fans love to get excited about rookie quarterbacks. They love to get behind the rookie quarterback. He is an unknown, and there's excitement that comes with having an unknown. He could be great, or he could be bad. We don't know. We've seen Sam Darnold suck. We know what he is. We've seen Baker Mayfield have some good games, but be very up and down. I also have some bad games. I think he's led the league in interceptions since he come into the league. So Baker Mayfield is by no means like a quarterback who's going to put you over the edge or put you over the top and lead you to a Super Bowl. That's not what he is. Matt Corral could be that. We don't know. It's like a mystery box. You know, you might have a ticket to an all-paid resort, all-inclusive resort in there, or it could be some prize you don't actually want. He's a mystery box. And that brings excitement. And I'm not going to pretend like I've watched a lot of Matt Corral tape. I've watched some. The guy has pretty good, if not really good, arm talent. He seems to be pretty mobile. He has quick feet. He can move around. So he brings an element that Sam Darnold doesn't have. And Darnold's not a bad athlete, but Matt Corral seems to be a plus athlete, which you can't say that about Sam Darnold. You can't say that about Baker Mayfield. With Matt Corral, there is some talent there that's undeniable. Now, he's not like a blue chipper, but the guy does have talent. He does have a fairly strong arm. He can make throws that I wouldn't say his arm is stronger than Darnold's. He just has a more like his motion is different, so the ball looks like it comes out quicker. Darnold had great arm talent. That's why we got drafted so high. Like the arm talent on Darnold is undeniable. It's just that, up top mentally, he does not process the game well, and he makes horrible decisions. Hopefully Matt Corral can take that arm talent that he has and make pretty good decisions. You watch his college tape, you watch his college highlights, he can make pinpoint throws. He can play within the pocket, and he can also escape the pocket, play at a rhythm, or play, make plays when the play breaks down, that kind of stuff, which is what you want out of a quarterback. And I'm not trying to convince you that Matt Corral is like the end-all be-all answer to our franchise woes, because chances are he's not. But for right now, he's not Sam Darnold, which means a lot. And he won't cost you to draft assets that will take the trade from Baker Mayfield, which also means a lot. Because Baker Mayfield isn't good enough for me where I would trade draft assets to get him. We already have Matt Corral. We took him in the 3rd round. Put him on the field, see what he can do. If he sucks, you go into next year with another high draft pick in a better quarterback class and see what you get there. If he doesn't suck, if he shows potential, then hey, you maybe have your quarterback of the future. If not, you can ride him out for a couple of years, see what happens. He's cheap. That will allow you to build a team around him. So if he does turn out to be good, you got the best of both worlds. You got a good quarterback on a very, very, very team-friendly contract. That is what you want. If he turns out to have a lot of potential, shows to be a good pro in the first few years of his contract or first few years in the league, you have the opportunity to throw a lot of money at free agents, to draft for talent around him, and see if you can win a lot of games before you have to pay him a lot of money. That is what you really want in the NFL. A quarterback on a team-friendly deal that allows you to put a lot of talent around him before you have to pay that quarterback a lot of money. which eventually you will have to do if you keep winning games. But before that happens, you can try to surround him with a bunch of talent and, maybe win a Super Bowl. So Matt Corral maybe gives you the opportunity. That, like I said, there's excitement. He is a mystery box. He's an unknown. He could be great or he could not. But I'll take that unknown. I'll take that chance at being great over Sam Darnold, which we know is just bad. And I'll take it over Baker Mayfield, even though chances are Baker Mayfield or Matt Corral won't be a better pro than Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is a average starting quarterback too. He's right around average. He can be good on some days, he can be bad on other days, but right around average starting quarterback. Matt Corral probably won't be that. Just based on where he was drafted and the talent, he probably won't be an average starting quarterback. But we don't know that yet. And I'll take the chance that he could be that and could be better over trading draft assets for Baker Mayfield, who on this team won't do a lot to help us. He just doesn't. Give me Matt Corral. I think that is a choice the Panthers should make. I think it's really the only choice that they can make because what are you going to give up for Baker Mayfield? And then you got to pay him. You're already paying Sam Darnold, then fifth year option. That is a stupid decision. Our cap situation isn't horrible, but it's also not great. It gives a lot more flexibility to maybe pick up a free agent offensive lineman or a free agent, pass rusher or something like that. If they go with Matt Corral, you're already paying Sam Darnold, put his ass on the bench, let Matt Corral go out there. If he sucks, it's a learning experience for him. Go out there, make rookie mistakes, make some exciting plays, give the fans something to rave about, give the fans something to talk about, and then ride that out for the first season. If you win, 7 games of Matt Corral, that's more than I would expect. I think the Panthers might win 4 or 5 on the high end 6 games. If they go out there, Matt Corral won 7 games, that was a pretty good year in my opinion, actually. So go out there, start Matt Corral, give the fans something to cheer about because the fans aren't going to cheer about Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield doesn't bring a lot of excitement. Throw Matt Corral out there and just see what happens. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, go hit that thumbs up. Or if you disagree with anything I said, let me know in the comments so we can talk about it. Maybe you think the Panthers should start Sam Darnold or they should trade for Baker Mayfield. Also, I'm a huge Panthers fan as well as a huge Lakers fan. So that is what the bulk of my videos will be about. If you are a fan of either franchise, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.